I will now be doing the move out video for 2635 West Maplewood, Unit 18. Today's date is Monday, April 29th, 2018. We will be sending a cleaner into this unit, and these are the reasons why. There is food left behind as well as other debris underneath the oven that will need to be cleaned, as well as inside the oven drawer. There's a film left inside the oven that will need to be cleaned, as well as food spills. There's food left behind on top of the stove. The fan above the stove is dirty and will need to be cleaned. There is food left behind on the counters that will need to be cleaned. This is to the right of the stove. There is food and other debris left inside the kitchen cabinets that will need to be cleaned, as well as other spills. Inside the drawers in the kitchen, there is food and other items left behind that will need to be cleaned. There is food left behind in the kitchen sink, as well as other items that will need to be cleaned, as well as other spills. More spills on the other side of the sink. There are spills left behind on the counters that will need to be cleaned, as well as food left behind. The exterior of the dishwasher is dirty and will need to be cleaned. There are food spills left behind. The inside of the dishwasher is also dirty and will need to be cleaned. The filter in the dishwasher is also dirty and will need to be cleaned. There are food spills on the exterior of the refrigerator that will need to be cleaned. There are food spills inside the refrigerator that will need to be cleaned. There are also food spills in the tracks of the refrigerator door. There is food and hair left behind in the freezer that will need to be cleaned. There is also debris left behind in the tracks of the freezer that will need to be cleaned. In the laundry area, there is lint on the walls that will need to be cleaned, as well as lint on the dryer itself. And in the lint trap. The exterior of the washing machine has spills on it that will need to be cleaned, as well as the inside. The shelves above the washing machine have spills that will need to be cleaned. Floor in the laundry area is also dirty and will need to be cleaned. There is dirt and hair and other debris left behind. The light fixture in the entry is dirty and will need to be cleaned. The heater in the living room is dirty and will need to be cleaned. There are spills as well as other debris left behind. The window sill is dirty and will need to be cleaned, as well as the tracks of the window in the living room. These are the window tracks in the living room. It may be difficult to see in this video, but the window itself is also dirty and will need to be cleaned. The tracks of the slider are dirty and will need to be cleaned. There's dirt left behind. Again, it may be difficult to see in this video, but the slider itself is dirty. There is a film on it that will need to be cleaned. The light fixture in the living room is dusty and will need to be cleaned. And the outlet covers in the living room are dirty and will need to be cleaned. There's hair left behind on the on the bathroom sink and counter that will need to be cleaned, as well as other spills and a film on the faucet. The vanity surface is dirty and will need to be cleaned. There's hair and dust left behind. The mirror also needs to be cleaned in the bathroom. There is dirt and other grime left behind inside this vanity underneath the mirror in the bathroom. It may be difficult to see in this lighting, but there's hair and dirt left behind underneath the bathroom sink that will need to be cleaned. There's hair on the side of the toilet that will need to be cleaned. The toilet is dirty and will need to be cleaned. There is hair on the walls of the bathroom that will need to be cleaned. This is on the same wall as the shower head. There's a film on the fixtures in the shower that will need to be cleaned. And there's dirt left behind in the tub that will need to be cleaned. In bedroom 1, the window tracks are dirty and will need to be cleaned. There is dirt left behind, as well as other debris. The windows in this bedroom are also dirty and will need to be cleaned. There is a large spill on them. The molding in this bedroom is dirty and will need to be cleaned. There is dust buildup. There are spills on the heater in this bedroom that will need to be cleaned. And the outlets in this bedroom are dusty and will need to be cleaned. The tracks of the windows in bedroom number 2 are dirty and will need to be cleaned. There is dust and other debris left behind. There's tape residue on this window that will need to be cleaned. The heater in bedroom 2 is also dirty and will need to be cleaned. There's dust left behind as well as other dirt. There's also dust on the outlet covers in this bedroom that will need to be cleaned. The exterior of the front door is dirty and will need to be cleaned. There's dirt left behind as well as other scuffs. There's also dirt and other scuffs on the inside of the front door. We will be sending painters into this unit, and these are the reasons why. As you come into the kitchen, there is corner bead damage. There are food spills back behind the sink. More food spills behind the sink. Food spills to the left of the oven. More food spills. More food spills to the right of the oven. It may be difficult to see in this lighting, but there's a large spill along this wall next to the laundry area door. There are also nail holes above this spill, and there is scuffing down below this spill. There are nail hole patches as well as a nail hole to the right of the refrigerator, as well as food spills along this wall. It may be difficult to see in this lighting. And more corner bead damage. On the ceiling in the kitchen there are also other spills as well as scuffing. This is above the kitchen sink. So in the living room, next as you come in the front door, there are nail holes as well as scuffing and other spills. More scuffing along this wall in the living room. And nail holes, nail hole patches, other spills on this wall, more scuffing and nail holes and nail patches. To the left of the living room window there are nail holes, as well as nail hole patches and brackets. There are other spills underneath the living room window. Other side of the window, nail holes, nail hole patches, and scuffing. More spills. This is above the sliding glass door. There are nail holes, as well as scuffing. A spill to the right of the sliding glass door, as well as nail hole patches, other patches. There's a settling crack in this corner. Along this main wall in the dining area there are nail holes as well as tack holes. Underneath the tack holes there are crayon or marker marks. There's also crayon or marker on the ceiling, as well as a hook left behind. There are other spills left behind on this wall. That's the half wall to the kitchen. More spills. There are patched holes on this wall, as well as more corner bead damage and texture removal. Back into the living room, there are large nail holes in the ceiling. For reference, this is near the front door. There are other spills on the wall of this hallway leading to the bedrooms and bathroom, as well as more spills and nail holes. and some scuffing. On the opposite wall, there's scuffing and nail holes, tack holes, as well as patches. And more spills. Next to the door of bedroom number 1, there's texture removal, as well as nail holes and tack holes, a patched hole. There is scuffing to the right of the closet. On this big wall in this first bedroom, there are nail holes, as well as a scuff and another scuff. There's a settling crack in this corner, floor to ceiling. To the left of the window, there are nail holes and tack holes, as well as above the window, there are nail holes. Spills. It may be difficult to see in this lighting, but there is a spill underneath this window, as well as other scuffing. Again, nail holes above the window on the other side. More nail holes. In this other corner, there's also a settling crack, floor to ceiling. On this last wall, there are nail holes and tack holes, as well as other spills and scuffing. On the ceiling in this room, there's also scuffing. In bedroom number 2, there's a sticker and a nail hole, as well as other spills. This is right as you come into the bedroom. There are spills left behind, as well as patching. Above the closet, there are nail holes, other spills, more spills, nail holes above the window on the other side of the window. Other spills left behind. Nail holes, this is to the right of the window. More nail holes and patches. Along this other wall, there are tack holes that run along the entire top of the wall. More tack holes. It may be difficult to see in this lighting, but there is a spill on this wall. There are patches along this wall in the same bedroom by the front door, or I'm sorry, by the bedroom door, as well as more tacks. And it's difficult to see in this lighting, but there is scuffing along this wall as well, and other spills. Bathroom, as you walk in, there are other spills, as well as tack holes, other spills by the toilet, as well as hair. There's a patch next to this hook. There is mildew in the corner above the shower. More mildew above the shower. Underneath this rod, there are nail holes on both sides, as well as other spills. All walls in this unit have been painted. Difficult to see in this lighting, but it's the same kind of gray color throughout the living room and dining area, along this half wall. The kitchen has been painted. This hall has been painted, both walls in this bedroom. Bedroom number 2. All walls have been painted. And the bathroom. All walls have been painted. We will be sending maintenance into this unit, and these are the reasons why. These 2 bulbs in the kitchen are burnt out and will need to be replaced. These drip pans are burnt and have food stains and will need to be replaced. Sounds like there's something in the garbage disposal that will need to be looked at. The light cover to this light in the kitchen will also need to be reattached. Outlet cover needs to be replaced next to the stove. The dryer vent hose will need to be reattached. This light bulb is not uniform and will need to be replaced. This hook on the closet door leading into bedroom number 1 will need to be removed. There's also a similar hook on the door frame of this bedroom, and it too will need to be removed. The blinds in bedroom number 1 are broken and will need to be replaced. The closet doors in this bedroom are off track and will need to be reattached. The closet doors in bedroom number 2 will need to be reattached. There's a missing wand as well as paint stains on these blinds. These blinds in bedroom 2 will need to be replaced. The shower curtain needs to be removed. This heat light is missing and will need to be replaced. This lock is broken on the front door and will need to be fixed or replaced. Lines in the living room window are broken and will need to be replaced. The screen on the sliding glass door is broken and will need to be replaced. The outlet cover in the living room will need to be replaced. Thermostat knob in the living room will need to be replaced. And in the bedroom number 1 and bedroom number 2. Also in the bathroom, the toilet paper holder is missing and will need to be replaced. In bedroom number 2, the screen is missing and will need to be replaced. The cover to the heater in this bedroom is missing and will need to be replaced. In bedroom number 1, this heating cover is broken and will need to be fixed. The heater cover in the living room is also broken and will need to be fixed. The following door stoppers are missing and will need to be replaced. Are the front door, bedroom 1, bedroom 2, and in the bathroom. The following need to be removed from the walls. This is in the bathroom. Nail in the bathroom. We're now in bedroom number 2. There are tacks all along the top of this wall that will need to come out. It's difficult to see in this video. Nails left behind in the walls of bedroom number 1. By the door. And this is in the hallway. These nails need to be removed. There are nails in this main wall, as well as tack holes in the living room. More nails, and a bracket. Screws and more nails. This is between the living room window and the slider. There's a hook in the ceiling in the dining area, as well as all of these tacks in the dining area. The following items need to be removed. This is in the storage area, on the deck, dining area, kitchen, dishwasher, this is in the laundry area, this is in bedroom 2. May be difficult to see, but there's a comb back in underneath the sink in the bathroom. You'll now be recording the floors. This is in the entry into the living area. Going into the dining area. And entering the kitchen. As I tried to peel up this rug to show the vinyl underneath, it is stuck to the floor. This is in the hall leading into bedroom number 1. This is in the closet.